Now, can you move around? And the answer is, in certain situations, yes. So we call that social mobility. It refers to the ability to move up or down within a social stratified system. So say, for example, in America or North America, it is possible to live the American dream, meaning you come in with nothing. I came with 40 cents in my pocket, and now look at me. I have this home, I have this car, I own a restaurant, I'm successful. They came in at a low class, and they worked and used their mind or their hands and labored and really lived the American dream and have moved up in the social class. Okay. You also have the ability to go the other way down. You can be successful and you can lose everything, and next thing you know, you're living on the streets, or you're on welfare, or you've moved a few rungs down on that social ladder. Now, intergenerational mobility occurs when there's a change in your socioeconomic status between your parents and children within a family. So I said here, successful kids. So say, for example, and again, this is probably one of the prominent dreams that you have, is that you come to this country with nothing and you live the American dream. And now that allows you to give a better life to your kids. And now all of a sudden, you came with nothing and you worked your butt off, and you're able to eke out a home and a life, having a corner store or a restaurant, or you got a decent job at the bank, and you've provided for your family. But now your kids have their baseline, or where they're starting from, was much higher than where you were at, so middle class or working class. But then they're able to go to school, write their MCATs, become a great doctor, and now they're affluent. They're high in the SES scale, and they're very, very successful. And your parents got to see this. That would be an example of intergenerational mobility. So you have succeeded your parents, and between generations, you have become more successful. Now you can have intragenerational mobility, and this refers to change between different members of the same generation. So say in your scenario, you had a sibling, and that sibling decided not to go to medical school, and instead they were happy being an artist, which is great, but financially they're not as affluent. And so they kind of just make a living, and they do their art and they're happy. But in comparison to you, you've gone to school, you're a world-renowned surgeon, and so you might be considered higher up on the SES scale, and so you've eclipsed or moved up a couple classes versus a brother or a sister. The example I have here is Bill Gates, who is, as of this year again, was the richest man in the world, and he has a sister. So I think we can clearly say, in terms of intergenerational mobility, he's a touch higher than his sister in terms of SES. Now let's look at meritocracy. What is this? This is an idea where we would stratify a group, societally speaking, based on merit or personal effort, as opposed to the other factors that we considered. It's great. It's an idealized system saying this would be a great idea, but no society really has stratified based on effort, and it's very rarely implemented. So you think, I'm going to increase your place in society because you worked extremely hard. Now, a janitor who's cleaning the floors can work exceptionally hard, 40 hours, 60 hours a week cleaning toilets, and you can say that's really hard work, that's backbreaking labor, and you did that. Because you worked really hard, I'm going to have you higher up on our social ladder. And you could have a lazy lawyer or a lazy doctor that only sees a few patients a day, and they're going to be low because in terms of effort, you're lower. Now, you could argue that, well, to become a doctor, you have to put in a lot of effort, but let's move out of the equation for now. I'm just focusing on in the now. Personal effort reflects your standing, and we definitely know in our societies that that's not how things are actually set up.